Hey, welcome to Draw to Tuesday. My name is Koosje Koenen and I make weekly videos that hopefully inspire your sketchbook habit. Speaking of your sketchbook habit, I wrote a book about that. The book, Life is Better When You Draw It, is an illustrated book for people who love drawing and need a little bit of inspiration, and that might be you. It's a tribute to drawing and a glimpse into the world through the eyes of an artist. It's about how drawing can make you happy and mindful. I wrote it in English and it will be available for you to purchase in just a few days. I'm so excited. You can be the first to know when it's launched if you sign up to my email list that I created for those who are interested in the book. Alright, for today's video, I want to address a question that I got from Sue. After seeing one of my drawings on Instagram, she asked me, how do you fix mistakes when drawing with a pen? And I know that a lot of people use pencil first, erase their mistakes, draw with the pencil again, and once they're happy with that result, they'll trace the correct lines with pen. For your sketchbook practice, I actually discourage this method. That's because you're focusing on your mistakes again and again, instead of allowing yourself to get pulled into that lovely flow of drawing. And there's another problem with this. It takes all the spontaneity out of the process and out of the drawing. Also, mistakes, what are they anyway when you're drawing? We make up these rules for ourselves that when drawing from observation, we have to create a perfect representation of what we see. Well, if you let go of that idea and you start enjoying where you are and that you are giving yourself time to draw, you could be making something way more interesting. And that is your interpretation of the place or the subject or the view, your experience. And yes, of course it's great to have an understanding of proportion, how to translate perspective on paper. But when I flip through my own sketchbooks, the drawings that went wrong initially, they became the most interesting of all. And I think in those drawings, my handwriting is most recognizable too, which is my style. Let's not forget that every artist is learning, no matter how accomplished they are or just starting out. What you see on social media are of course the drawings they want to show off. You don't see the duds, which I assure you they make too. You just need to draw a lot and then you'll get better. You can call it practice, but I like calling it playing. I'll show you a few drawings. This is one of those wonky drawings that brings me so much joy. The proportions are way off. One hand looks like a claw, the other like a giant's hand. Still, this continuous line drawing captures my husband's posture as he reads the morning news. I choose my tool or my tools and start using them straight away, rather than first doing a practice round with pencil. Sure, a hand can turn out as a claw then, but drawing in pen or any other tool brings spontaneity to my drawing, and I love that. Let's just all embrace the wonkiness. Okay, this drawing. The proportions were out of control. The tiny hand, the way too broad shoulders, the face that was running off the page. But while I was enjoying the mandolin tunes he was playing, I added hatching lines and dark shadows, and I just kept going at it. And that way, I sort of rescued the drawing. Most of all, I allowed myself to make mistakes and actually embellish them, ending up with a drawing that turned out pretty cool. I can still feel the feeling of, oh no, I messed up the page, because I started a drawing from observation and then I had to leave quite suddenly. So I didn't have any reference anymore and just a few wonky lines on my page. And I just decided to start messing some more with it when I was sitting somewhere else and I had some time. And I decided to use materials that I don't really use that often. And I really like how it turned out. And I would have never thought creating a bold blue background like that in the first place if it wasn't for the earlier flaws I made on the page. Here's an after dinner drawing. While listening to music and chatting with my husband at the dining table, I took out my sketchbook and I started drawing the empty plates and the dishes on the dinner table. And then my husband. I didn't plan ahead, and soon enough I realized that I didn't leave enough space to fit his head on the page if I wanted to draw things in proportion. So I decided to take artistic liberty and draw his head very small. And you know what? It almost looks intentional. When during the drawing process you dare to trust that things will work out, they work out. You might not feel that confidence, but you still can allow yourself to be playful and enjoy coming up with creative solutions to creative problems. Here are some ideas and ways to play. Instead of drawing line first, paint first and then draw later. That'll free you up from the idea that your initial line should be perfect. You do it the other way around. You put down blobs of color first and then you add line. It's a really fun, playful way to capture something like flowers or whatever really. Or you could do a blind drawing. You don't even know what you're doing because you're looking at your subject and don't see what's going on your paper. One-liner drawings are also really fun. When you do a one-liner drawing, applying the rule to not lift your pen once you start drawing, it just feels like playing a game. It's so fun figuring your way through the subject and the drawing, and the result can be very surprising. If you draw with your non-dominant hand, you'll be surprised how fun it is to have so much less control over your line actually, and the result can be very loose and playful. Take artistic liberties. You can leave things out if you like. For example, furniture. But don't leave it out because you think you can't draw it. If you don't practice, you'll never get better at it. And then it'll become a big point of frustration. I keep practicing greens and trees and cars, for example. Also, it's okay if you can't finish a drawing. Just leave it as is. You can embellish it later or color it later, but you can also leave it as is. Not every drawing needs to be finished. Sometimes it's just really about being in the moment, filling your time, putting pen on paper. One of the bigger insights that I have had or learned over the years is this. Mistakes, whatever they are, when drawing, they become part of the drawing. And eventually, they become the lovely quirks of your style. I hope this answers the question, and I hope that now you go and draw and don't try to control everything. Just have fun and play. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I would really appreciate that. And also check out my Patreon page because you can actually support me to keep on making these weekly videos on YouTube and make them available for free for everyone. The link is below the video and I'll see you next week. Bye.